Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second. Stop the music right there, because I feel like I need to let you guys know, before we get too far into this episode was a little bit different. You guys know we've been talking about the Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival for the past couple weeks. Well, we finally went, and it was an absolute blast. We had so much fun that we decided we wanted to interview the person that was behind the scenes of the whole event. So today, we are bringing that to you. We hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, make sure to drop that 5-star review for us and follow us on all social media platforms. We'll let that beat go back, and you guys just sit back and enjoy another episode. Thank you for the support.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Kraken Cans podcast, where we talk cryptids, urban legends, and all things spooky. And today we have a very special guest, one that we're excited about. We got Gwen Purcell, who is the creator of Got Knockers, and I know she's in all kinds of other ventures and podcasts and all kinds of awesome stuff that we can dig into a little bit today. And we're especially going to dig into the Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival because the third annual one just happened. So we're going to dig into that a little bit and just kind of pick her brain. So Gwen, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to just tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what got you interested, got you into this area?
Oh boy. Well, of course I'm Gwendolyn Purcell, and I was always a paranormal person. I've seen ghosts and stuff since I was a little girl. So I've always been in that realm, and Bigfoot never dawned on me. Like, I really didn't think this thing would ever exist. And then one day he walked into my life, literally in a cornfield across from my house. And, life has never been the same. It's never been the same. Now I'm just out to prove to myself that I'm not crazy. And I saw what I saw, and I'm just going to try and find whatever proof I can find to try and solve the mystery. Yeah.
So that was in Central PA.
Yep, right here,
okay.
Right here in Central PA.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Like what happened?
Yeah, my husband and I were going away, and we're at the stop sign at the end of our road, and literally it's 1,000 feet from our house. And I just happened to look up across the cornfield, and initially I thought, oh, somebody's in the cornfield. But then I looked around and there's no tractor. The farmer doesn't even live close. So when he's down here, he drives a tractor. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, there's no tractor. And whatever this thing isn't wearing clothes. Like, it was completely black from head to toe. And it was huge. And it was walking upright like you and I, had a real good leg stride, and its arms were swinging. And I was like, I've hunted in this area my whole life since I've been about 18 years old, and I'm 51 now. And I'm like, that is not a bear. Like, bear don't walk like that. Like, they have shorter legs and they take smaller steps. And this thing was hoofing it, and it cleared that cornfield in less than 30 seconds. And
wow.
Initially I was like, what the hell is that? Like, it's not a bear. It's not anything else I've ever seen. And so I just started like Googling Bigfoot reports in Pennsylvania, and I was surprised to find so many. And then I looked at Bigfoot reports in Northumberland County, Pennsylvania, and lo and behold, there's a whole bunch. And I'm like, holy shit, like, it was incredible. Yeah. And then I'm not a quiet person. I talk all the time. And my husband's like, what is wrong with you today? Like, you're super quiet. And I'm like, did you see that thing crossing the cornfield? And that was at like lunchtime, and this is like the end of the day. And he's like, you've been so quiet. And I'm like, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I think I saw a Bigfoot. And he immediately looked at me and went, you're crazy, because there's nothing like that around here. They're all in the Pacific Northwest. Even if, if they exist, that's where they are. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I found all these reports. Look in Shamokin, there's reports. And he's like, oh, they're drunk coal miners. They don't know what they're, I was like, really? All of these people are drunk coal miners? I can't be. Like,
yeah.
And it just spiraled out of control from there. And I've never looked back.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because at least for me, I mean, Mike might be have this similar thoughts, but yeah, when it comes to Bigfoot, you don't really think of them in this area in Pennsylvania. You think of them out west, Pacific Northwest,
right.
And that's because I never looked into it either. Like with sightings, encounters in this area, but that's awesome that you're saying there's a lot.
There's a lot, and then I found that Pennsylvania is the third highest state in the country with reports. And I was like, what? It goes Washington, California, Pennsylvania. And I was like, that's insane. That is totally insane.
Huh. Yeah, that's awesome. So then you also, what are some of the other ventures that you're in? So I know like the Got Knockers, the podcast, you have a podcast.
I have two podcasts. Yep.
Two podcasts. The
I have two
Cryptid Collective. You got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I need to stay busy apparently. I have From Behind Tall Trees podcast, which is on the CARC Universal channel on YouTube. And then I have a podcast with the radio station at Bigfoot Country. It's called Bigfoot the Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is a once a month podcast. I go to the radio station and record the episode. And then, then I have the store, the Cryptid Collective store. There's 4 of us that came together to have a store, and there's everything in it is original merchandise. We all make our own stuff. It's all our own designs. So like if you can't find it at our store, you're probably not going to find it. We have everything. Yeah. And then I decided one day that I was going to start a magazine. So I did that, and we just put our 3rd issue out, which is pretty exciting. And
oh, that's awesome.
Then there's the festival.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't busy enough. Let's start a festival, too.
Right? Let's start a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can say, that was the first time I was in the store during the festival, and it's awesome.
It is awesome, isn't it?
It is cool. There's so much cool stuff in there.
It is the coolest store in the mall. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
You guys opened that store, was it March? Was it March of?
May 10th we opened.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we're
awesome.
3 months in.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
So then talking about the Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival, I guess what inspired you to start that event? Because, this was our first time attending the 3rd annual. We didn't attend the first 2 because, we just started our podcast July of last year.
Right.
So we're just a little over a year. So we really haven't, this area has always been interested to both of us. But now we're balls deep in this stuff, and
yeah,
we're looking at attending more.
Welcome to the club.
It's a fun club.
It's a fun club.
I'm glad we're in.
Yeah. So we've been looking at other just events and stuff to go to and things like that, and I guess what got you started with the event? What made you want to do that?
Well, I also travel to a lot of events. I go as far as South Carolina and Tennessee, and I've been to Europe twice.
Oh, wow.
For conferences.
As like a vendor? Like a vendor?
Yeah,
or
and a speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I went as a speaker, and I took a suitcase full of stuff over and a bunch of shirts and stuff and sold them over there. But everything is like the Western Pennsylvania or Virginia down, and the thing I heard from people was that that's too far for me to drive. People were like, I can't get to that stuff. It's too far. So I came home one day and said to my husband, I really think we should put on a festival. And he was like, are you serious? Like, do you not have enough to do? And I was like, apparently not. But we took a stab at it. And our first year, it was an outdoor festival until this year. We had 28 vendors. and 0 food trucks because nobody showed up. And we had 5,000 people. And I was like, what is happening? And then our second year, I had like 110 vendors, and I had like, I don't know, 9 food trucks, and 7,500 people came. But that last year, it was hot. I mean, it was in the 90s, and the guys I have wearing costumes are like dying. They couldn't be in the costume more than 10 or 15 minutes tops. Then they had to get out of it. And then like an hour before the festival was over, we had like a monsoon show up. Like literally water was running down the street. Vendors were like almost knee deep in water, and they lost merchandise, and it was awful. And 7,500 people in that outdoor venue. Yeah, it's doable, but it's a lot. And we're talking a 2-lane road outside, in the middle of this tiny town. And you're dealing with Knoebels traffic, which is an amusement park that's 5 minutes away. And it was just a lot. Like, there were a lot of decisions that went into moving it. One is, first of all, in the outside venue, it's harder for handicapped people to get around because you have vendors in the grass. And if it's uneven, it creates issues for people that have walking disabilities. And it's not easy to get a walker or a wheelchair through there. And I was like, man, we got to do something. But the heat was a huge factor. Like, I can't have guys in these costumes, ready to pass out. I'm a paramedic. That's unresponsible of me. It's just not, it's not good. And then the rain and the wind and like, there's all these factors that go into it. And I was like, the mall gave me, I think they were a little worried when I said it, when they came to me and I said, I think this would be a great idea. She's like, how many vendors do you have? And at the time I had 100, and she was like, what? Like, I think they got a little nervous and they weren't sure how this was going to work in the mall. Cause I really think they were nervous because they were like, how many they check in with me. How many more vendors do you have? And I'm like 120. And they're like, oh my gosh. Like, I told her, I don't mean to be conceited, and that's not who I am, but I can pack this mall. And we did. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
It was incredible, but I have done everything myself. Everything from the beginning to the end, and everything in the middle is done by me. All the advertising, all of the registration for the vendors, all of the speaker, lining up the speakers and getting people here and getting them hotels and speaking fees. And that's all like on me. There's insurance you have to buy because I mean, maybe I don't have to buy insurance, but I want to be safe about it. Like if somebody falls and hurts themselves, God forbid, they could sue me like that. So I'm like, that's a huge cost. It's like $500 an event. And then when the event turned into 7,500 people, the insurance company said, well, because you have so many people, now you have to have an ambulance on standby dedicated to the event. Well, that costs money. So like, it's a lot. It's a lot to put together. And I missed things this year because there were so many gears working at the same time. And there was like, I was working 120 hours of pay, in 2 weeks. And I'm trying to do stuff in between calls. And if I'm not busy, great. But if I'm running my balls off, I forget things. I don't get a chance to write them down. Or, I have 6 email accounts between the festival, the magazine, Got Knockers, the store, and I have 2 personal emails, an old one and a new one. And then I have an email for work. And I'm like, sometimes things just get buried. And somebody will be like, I sent you an email. And I'm like, I don't know. Cause I didn't, I can't do it myself anymore because it has grown into this huge monster that I love. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop doing it. I don't care what people think or say, but I'm going to have people helping me this next year coming up because it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this was our first time going, but I mean, just our experience there was awesome. Like we had a great time there. We had some of our friends, my brother-in-law, Mike's cousin, our friend Justin. helping us out and stuff. And I think everybody had a good time. So that's when we heard, I think it was your husband, like when we were setting up, which was actually hilarious because what did he say, Mike, when he came? Remember when we were setting up?
So he came over and he goes,
a little nervous.
He said, I'm gonna be loud so everybody can hear me. I'm gonna make one announcement. Everybody park over here, like pointing to like the front entrance over to like where your store is, that entrance. And everybody's like, yeah. He's like, okay, everybody parked over there is towed. And he just turned and started walking away. So then he goes, no, I'm kidding. And he's letting us know that we could use the back service entrances and stuff, which was great. Oh, my gosh. And he's the one that had said that you guys were going to try and go around to be able to sign up for the event next year and everything. And we didn't make it around to everybody, unfortunately. Well, I can imagine why, though. When you start walking around and see the amount of vendors, the amount of people, all the workings of it, it makes sense. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And there was the whole hiccup of... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
There was the whole hiccup of moving it from the outside venue to the inside venue because I took like 2 months to make this decision. Like, it did not come lightly. And part of the toughness of it was that some people paid for outdoor spots and some people paid for indoor spots. The indoor people paid more money. So it's, how do I do that? Like, because obviously people are going to be upset because now everybody's getting upgraded and they've paid more for that upgrade. So I tried to make it better by giving them space in the magazine for advertisement because that's going all over the country. Like, lots of people are going to see your magazine ad. And, well, that backfired on me at the end, only with one person, but it
yeah.
You just can't make everybody happy, apparently.
No, and you're not.
Yeah. No.
And I think that's why we talked a little bit at the beginning, but I think that is going to, when you said going into next year, you're not going to be doing it by yourself.
No.
Making these decisions will be nice because now it's not, you have to try and make a decision to please everybody.
Yeah. And my goal is always, listen, I go to events. I was in Tennessee 2 weeks before our event. I spent $400 on a space. I drove 10 and a half hours. I paid for a high dollar hotel because nothing's cheap in Gatlinburg. And all of our food and everything while we're there, the gas to get there. And I made $400. So, like, we're out the gas, we're out the hotel, we're out the food, right? And, like, I'm a vendor. I understand because I, too, go through the same struggles. But down there, they charge people $30 to get in the door. And that's fine. That's great. That's what they want to do. Me, I look at it as if they're paying me $30 to get in the door, that's $30 less they have to spend with the vendors. And I would rather they spend that money with the vendors. Because if the vendors aren't happy and you don't have people coming, then you don't have an event. Like, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Basically.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, that's my whole thought process. I would rather not charge them the money to get in to shop the vendors because I want them to spend that money with the vendors. I didn't even have a table at this event because I knew I was going to be too busy. Like, whatever was sold in the store was sold in the store. I didn't have a booth. I usually do, but I don't. I didn't this time because there was just too many moving parts to worry about it. But,
Yeah.
I took some tough shots this year.
Yeah, well, I think it's good that you're doing the committee just to lighten the load with how big this thing has gotten. And that's why because we heard your husband mention the committee in the beginning, and then that's when I was talking with Mike, and I'm like, I'll do the committee, and then I kind of pulled Mike in. But yeah, I mean, we're perfectly.
He told me basically.
I did. Yeah, I pulled him along. So, but no, we're excited.
Well, welcome to the Nut House.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited to help out in any way we can, and planning with the rest of the committee and stuff, and yeah. But I know you mentioned it a little. I know you mentioned it a little bit that you got some criticism by different people for how the event ran this year. I don't know how much of that you want to discuss on here. Like, you don't have to mention any names or anything like that, but like what?
I don't even remember names. I just remember the cut that happened.
But like, what were some of the big criticisms that people had? Because
well, I don't know how, but we had vendors that said that they never got foot traffic. And I'm like, I was all over that mall. I walked back and forth so many times, my freaking legs hurt. Like, It was ridiculous. And I don't know how people didn't have foot traffic. There was people moving everywhere in there. And it was estimated 5,000 people. I'll have a better count on that because I didn't realize that the mall has a counter. They have a way of counting people.
Really?
Yeah, they have a way of counting people, which I didn't know. But those numbers aren't in from that Saturday yet. I'm suspecting they'll be in this week. So I'll have a really close estimate as to how many people were there. But I mean, we had one vendor that had 2 people on the sides of him, and those 2 people did well. They made money. They signed up for next year, but the guy in the middle said he never got foot traffic. And at some point you have to ask, were you engaging the customers or were you sitting in your phone? Because everybody I talked to, including patrons that were there shopping, said that he was on his phone with his foot propped up. Well, nobody's going to engage you if you're not engaging them. So I don't, there. And then there was, because I didn't show people the ad in the magazine because I didn't think I had to. I'm offering you ad space. I'm certainly not going to renege on that. You know what I mean? So people who gave me their logos and their business name, those people made it into the magazine. Unfortunately, some people registered for the festival and didn't bother to tell me what their business name was or what they sold. So there were some people that were upset that there was too many 3D printed people, and but if you don't tell me what you make and you don't give me a business name, what am I supposed to do? I could spend hours literally stalking people on Facebook to get information, but I don't think I should have to do that. We're all adults here. And I have put out multiple emails asking people, hey, get me your stuff. But, some people didn't make it into the magazine simply because I didn't know their business name or have their logo. Other people expected me to just show them the ad before I published it. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to do that. Like, it's my magazine. I don't need to ask you for permission. I told you I was going to do it. Nobody gave me any, I don't want that. You know what I mean? So I published it. And only one person came to me and said, can I see my magazine ad? And I walked them straight to the store, pulled the magazine off the shelf, showed them, and they were like, I'm signing up for next year. Like, if you wanted to see it, why didn't you just ask me? But after the event, I got criticized because I didn't show it to her. And her comment to me was, that's what I paid for? I was like, what? It turned into a big thing. I did refund the difference in her money to her, but she didn't complain until after she said she didn't make money. I mean, I made this announcement in April. If you didn't want to be in the magazine, you should have told me before July, right? Because that's when I printed the magazine. But it was after she said she didn't make money that she complained and wanted her money back. And I gave it to her, but then accused me. She did it publicly on Facebook.
Yeah.
And people saw it because she made it public on Facebook. Her comment was right there for everybody to see. And people started commenting. Other vendors, other patrons, they had nothing to do with me. I said what I had to say. I gave her her money back. And for me, the conversation was over. But then I got emails after that, saying you're attack dogs. I didn't send anybody. Like, you made a public comment. If you don't want people to comment, then you should have handled it by email or a message. Right. I mean, this didn't have to be out there for everybody to see, but you made it that way. And then there was the guy, probably the worst comment that I had, and it affected me only because of, personal things in the past. a guy told me that I should go to McDonald's and flip burgers and make French fries instead of planning events.
Wow.
That one I cried over. I literally was very upset because I work very, very hard. And my whole life I've been told I would never be anything and I would never do anything and that I was a piece of garbage. And I work very hard to be somebody. I mean, not to anybody else, but just to me. I try very hard to be successful in the things that I do for my own personal mental health. And then that guy that pummeled me. Like, I literally cried. I was like, this is horrible. Like, it's been a rough week because I've been kind of down over the whole thing. But in the end, you can't please everybody. Not everybody's going to be happy. People said they're not coming back unless it's outside because Bigfoot events should be outside. Well, then plan your own. Because all of the people complaining are people who don't plan events.
Right.
They want to be coddled and they want to, feel important. Well, so does 120 other people. So I don't know what to tell you. I only have so much to go around. But
and I can say from our standpoint, when you're talking the beginning of August in central PA, I like being in an air-conditioned environment. Right. I work all week outside. I am perfectly fine on my Saturday being in a nice air-conditioned. I don't know why that would really be. I don't know. That's weird to me, but
I know.
Is what it is.
I know, right? Who doesn't want to be in the air condition? I tell you, my costume characters enjoed the air conditioning.
I can imagine.
The lady selling fudge enjoyed the air conditioning.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. There was one guy. This was the funniest comment. It was terrible, but it was funny. He said, I can't believe the food trucks were outside. It was like having two separate events. And my husband commented with, yeah, you're right. How weird it is that food trucks would be outside instead of inside with their generator so that none of us have clean air to breathe. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. And then he said, the guy replied with, well, the food trucks took away from the restaurants in the mall. And I'm like,
what restaurants?
What restaurant? Annie Ann's?
The whole point of the food trucks,
Annie Ann's is the only thing for food in the mall. And if you want to eat pretzels for a full meal, you go right on ahead. But 5,000 other people say differently. I was like,
because if you don't have food trucks, the only other option is walking all the way across the parking lot, right out along the main drag, and
to Applebee's or Denny's. Yeah,
I know. Like for us as a vendor, it was nice that we just dipped outside, we grabbed a burger, and we were able to come right back to our spot.
Right. Yeah. So imagine the gall of me to put those food trucks outside.
Yeah.
Remind me next year to make them all come inside.
Yeah.
Since you're on the committee.
We'll take down a wall and so there's enough room to get them inside. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Right. Yep. I was like, what? I didn't even comment to the guy because I was like, this is so ridiculous. It's not even worth the comment. But my husband felt the need to respond.
It
was just weird. It was like, what? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Mike and I, we got upset too because we know how much you put into the event and stuff, and then seeing some of your posts on Facebook about people coming at you and stuff. Him and I looked at each other what the hell? What? For us, our spot might not have been the best at the mall, but we made the freaking most out of it. We were engaging people. I was on one side, Mike was on the other.
There's still, there's a constant flow of people. Constant flow all day.
Yeah. It was insane. I know the stores that are inside the mall, a lot of them did really well that day.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Imagine, people said, I haven't seen this many people here since Christmas in the 1990s. And I was like, yeah, there probably hasn't been this many people here since the 1990s.
Yeah.
If you combine them all together, they're probably, so those stores were like, what?
What the hell's going on? We actually have to work today?
Right. Annie Ann's was annihilated. They actually had corporate staff come to help them that day because they knew they were going to be slammed, and they were slammed. Those girls were busy all day. Yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah.
It's an amazing problem to have.
I know the store that we were in front of, they had it written on the glass that if you told them your favorite cryptid, you got a 10% discount that day.
What store were
I think
you
it
in
was
front of?
Aeropostale? Aeropostale?
Yeah, Aeropostale.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm going to have to go down there
Yeah.
and say hi and thank them
Yeah,
for
I
that.
don't,
That's
I don't
awesome.
think we got a picture of it. We should have got a picture of it. I didn't even think of it.
That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I didn't no idea that they were doing that. I loved it.
it was cool.
That's great.
Yeah, a smart idea, too.
Yeah. Yeah. We have some, I mean, I've learned a lot of lessons from this event, and like I have a vendor that's been with me all 3 years. He has always sung our praises, and at the end of this year he said he's not coming back next year unless it's outside. And that bothers me. Like I really want him to come back because like I don't know. He's just been loyal to us all 3 years. And then for this one day, he's like, I'm not coming back because I didn't have good foot traffic or whatever. And I was like, man, like that one stings. Like, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to give him a few weeks and I'm going to call him and I'm going to say, what can I do to get you to come back? Cause he's a great guy. And, I really enjoy having him as a vendor. But ultimately, if you want to have an outside spot, you're going to have to go somewhere else because I contemplated opening up outside spots, but then I know the complaint that's going to come is that people shopped the outside vendors and didn't come inside. And I'm just not going to do it. Like I've had enough negativity from this event to last me a lifetime, and I'm just not going to do it. So if you don't want to be inside in the air conditioning, then go somewhere else for the day. I don't know what else to say because I'm just not going to do it. Like there's a lot of other factors involved. Yeah. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not.
I was, that was going to be one of my questions about like having people outside versus inside, but that makes sense that, people would complain about.
I can just hear it now. I can just hear the inside vendors are going to be unhappy because people aren't coming in. And I'm like, and somebody said to me, well, put up signs. Well, I had signs this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I had aliens holding signs telling you which way to go, but apparently that wasn't good enough.
I did appreciate all of your advertisings and stuff. Like I saw them in like Northumberland and stuff, and like on the Strip and like everywhere. Like I just saw like the Bigfoot ones or the alien ones, and like I enjoyed like trying to find them then, like because I work over that way, so like driving and stuff. I'm like, oh, there's one, and yeah.
Some of them got stolen.
Oh, really?
My husband was like, people are nuts stealing those signs. That's just rude. And I'm like, dude, I find it funny.
Yeah. Somebody
stole the sign. Somebody's got an alien inside their house. You know what? They're going to remember us.
Yeah.
Because they're going to say, I got that alien on the highway during that. I don't care. Do I have to make another one? Yes. But whatever, I think it's funny, but he doesn't think it's funny. Because we spend money on those,
Yeah.
But
I know my son thought he was bringing one of the blow-up aliens home. After he went to like fight it on the bench,
and then
he went to grab it and take it. It's like, buddy, let's leave that there and go find something else to do.
There was the challenge of, okay, how do we address where to send people, right? Because we don't want them to think that's only in this hallway. So it was like, I could have had these giant footprints printed that go on the floor, but then you have to peel them all off at the end. And I was like, and they were expensive. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So it was like, what can I do? Like, I'm an outside the box thinker. I tell people I live outside the box. So I'm always looking for something original. And those aliens were like 6 of them for $40 on Amazon. So I thought, that's what I'm doing. 4-foot aliens. And we blew a couple of them up. They did. They stood out. Yeah. I made little signs for them. They told people where to go, where things were. And I was like, yep, this is what we're doing. And it worked. I mean, people thought they were cute. And I ran a little contest. If you took your picture with the aliens and you posted it on the Facebook page, we'd have a contest and somebody would win. I haven't picked a winner yet because I actually forgot about it. So that's on my list of things to do. It's been a rough week.
Another thing added to the list. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I am writing this down right now. Alien. Yeah. I don't even know what. Yeah.
So I know you
Alien
haven't.
contest.
I know you mentioned that you really haven't thought too much about next year's, but next year's the 4th annual. Like, is there any plans that you have in mind at all about any type of changes or additions, or have you had any just thoughts?
Well, I thought about restricting how many vendors we have so that we don't have 125. I was thinking about making it 100. The mall staff is telling me, no, take them all and then put the overflow outside. And I'm like, I don't know if I would. Like,
Right.
The problem with the mall is you have to be 10 foot away from the stores. That's why people had to be down the middle. You couldn't be up against the store because you have to be 10 feet out from the store. So there were sections where you could put 2 rows because the stores were back set. But for the most part, everybody was in a single line going down the middle of the thing because it's a mall. It's actually fire code that you be 10 foot away from the storefront. So maybe people didn't understand that. So I'm thinking about scaling it back a little and only allowing like 100 vendors. Yes, are they still going to be everywhere? Of course they are, but maybe we can compact them a little bit better and have better flow. But we're going to bring Brian King Sharp back because he actually went to the emergency room Friday night and had major surgery Saturday morning, emergency surgery. And he didn't get to speak. So I am going to bring him back. That's a definite. And we're probably bringing back the movie producer and his wife because we are going to be featuring the movie Bigfoot Primal Fear on Friday night, like we did the video this time. So we're going to be previewing that movie Friday night, and then he will be here to talk on Saturday. Other than that, I'm still kind of up in the air. I did hear that somebody from television wanted to get a hold of me and talk to me about coming. I'm not going to jinx it by mentioning any names, but I was super excited to hear that he even knew who I was. Cool. So there was that. So that might happen. That'll be super exciting. But probably the most exciting part is having a committee and you guys on board helping to plan this thing so that I don't have it all to worry about myself. Yeah. So it's going to be great. But yeah, we missed the foam fight this year because the foam machine was rented already. So I put it on the calendar for next year. So we have the foam machine. That's always fun. You guys didn't get to experience the foam machine.
Didn't.
No. We have a cryptid foam fight. And I take the characters out there and with the kids and we shoot this foam with a fire nozzle, and foam is everywhere, but it's safe. It's non-toxic. It doesn't stain your clothes. It's great. The kids love it. It's a good time. So we'll do that. That'll be fun. That'll be definitely fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Anything else you have, Mike? I mean, if there's nothing else you have, we can have her throw any plugs she wants to throw into the episode.
Yeah, as many as you want.
Probably the biggest plug I want to get out there is this magazine. And this is the magazine that the raffle winner won. It's got the signatures of all the speakers in it. So that's just waiting to be picked up. But the magazine is awesome. We have like 20 people that write for me. And I can't afford to pay anybody. So they write articles and I give them ad space in the magazine, which works out. Nobody complains. Everybody's happy. It's a good trade-off. Yeah. I would love to be able to pay people. It'd be fantastic. But, until we get there. But one of the coolest things, the thing I'm like the happiest about the magazine is that it goes to Roswell, New Mexico.
Really?
Which I love. When that came through, I was like, you're kidding me. That's awesome. We have an issue that goes to Roswell, New Mexico, and we have Washington State, and I'm like super excited. And the magazine is gaining traction. We've had a couple of subscriptions since the festival started. So that was cool. But $15 an issue. You can get back issues on the website, gotknockers.org. You can get this in a digital format, so you can have it delivered right to your email, which you get before the people that get it mailed get. And I think the digital, not I think, I know. The digital subscription is 40 and the annual subscription is 50, but it's comes out quarterly, so you get 4 mags a year. But it's like book quality. It's not like if you saw this thing, it's amazing quality. It's not the flimsy paper like a regular magazine. This is like nice. It's a nice book. It's a nice magazine.
Oh, that's awesome.
Somebody told me I should list it as a book.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I do everything
That's
from the front cover to the back cover all myself.
It's awesome.
They
Nice.
send me
Yeah.
articles. I format everything. I put it in here. I design all the ads. I do everything. It's great. I love it. It's the thing I love to do probably the most. This magazine. I'm super, super proud of this magazine. So
Yeah, it's freaking
that's
awesome.
a big
yeah.
thing
I
for
went
me.
to,
Yeah,
like, we're
it
gonna have
is.
to look into that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. And some of the people who wrote for me were at the festival. Maxim
Oh,
Furyk.
awesome.
Maxim Furyk writes for me. Lindsay Morales, who wrote the article in this one on Crescent Sanatorium, she was there. Oh, geez. I wrote the article on Seth Breedlove. I actually sent him interview questions, and he mailed them back to me, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's an awesome magazine, and the guys that write for me are amazing, so I can't complain. But this magazine's like my baby, and I would really love for this magazine to take off and show up on everybody's doorstep. It covers everything: paranormal, cryptid, Bigfoot, weird true crime stuff, like real 411 stuff, and it covers strange and anything strange and unusual that you can't explain. It's going to be in the magazine. So there's something for everybody. It's not just a cryptid book or a paranormal book. So it's pretty interesting.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Can I say a funny story quick?
absolutely.
So when we registered for the festival.
Yes.
And like say a week or so after this, I got this call from my wife because she went onto our account and she's just like, "What is this coming out for Got Knockers?" And my brain at first just couldn't remember, and I was just like, somebody must have stole our card. I don't know. I obviously my brain was in a different place than the Bigfoot and Cryptid Fest when I thought knockers. So
My gosh. It's funny you say that because Ryan Golembeski, RPG, who spoke at this festival, he's like a brother to me outside of all of this mess. And his daughter is in some kind of she's like running for something. It has to do with animals. I forget even what the thing is. But I donated money, right? And and I put it in Got Knockers. And I was on the phone with him, or I was standing next to him. We were in the UK. And I heard his wife go, "Somebody donated from Got Knockers. What is this?" And I started laughing. And and she was on speakerphone and didn't know it. And he's like, "Well," he turns the phone and looks at me so she could see me because it was on like FaceTime. And he goes, "That's Got Knockers." And she was like, oh, okay. But I guess it probably was a little weird and creepy to it's his like 7-year-old daughter, like, and someone from Got Knockers is donating money so that she could.
That's
I was
funny.
like,
yeah.
I probably shouldn't have done that, but at the time I wasn't thinking.
yeah,
Yeah, so I get it.
It is a good name though. I like the
It's
name.
a good name. It's
Yeah.
a nice play
I
on
like
words. There,
Yeah.
Some lady was in the store today and she said, "Got Knockers. I don't get it." And I said, "Bigfoot is thought to knock on trees with pieces of wood or whatever." I said, "Researchers go out in the woods and they knock on trees with knockers." And she went, "Oh, I get it now." And I was like, "Oh, Lord." But it's hysterical when we're out somewhere, like when we go to South Carolina, which we're going to be doing in October. And I'll leave him at the stand by himself because he sells more stuff when I'm not there. And when I come back, I see like these little ladies walking by and they're like staring at him and they're looking at the Got Knockers logo. And he looks like such a creeper. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. But it's like the guy at the Got Knockers stand. You can hear him going, "It's my wife's brand. It's women owned. She created it herself." And I just laugh. I chuckle because it's hysterical. It is absolutely hysterical. Oh,
That's
That's great.
Funny.
He's a trooper.
Yeah, he was great at the festival. He was doing his laps,
Oh,
putting his time in. Yeah.
he is crazy. Yeah. He's always telling me what to do, but he doesn't lend a lot of help. Like he's in the background going, "You should do this," but doesn't. It's like okay.
Yeah.
But he's a huge help on festival day because he's usually running the stand. But this time he was, out and able to talk to people, but running around just like me. Yeah.
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 My feet still hurt from last Saturday.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was next year. I'm borrowing my mother-in-law's Jazzy.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just going to drive around.
Yeah.
Put a little horn on the front, beep beep.
Yeah.
Get people out of the
megaphone.
way. Yeah.
Megaphone.
Yeah. Move out the way. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time though. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure the group of us will come up with a lot of good stuff to pull off. I mean, everything's better when you have multiple people involved because you get all the creative juices flowing and people come up with stuff. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Did you want to wrap it
And
up,
then when
Mike?
somebody complains, it was those Kraken Can guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Go talk to that big bearded
to
son
them.
of a bitch over there.
You could share in the wealth of it with me.
Yeah, cannot wait. I am horrible at taking negative feedback, so I can't wait.
Yeah. I try to brush it off, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, I lay in bed at night thinking of mean comments people leave on our YouTube and just
Yeah.
lose sleep.
Yeah.
Turn gray more and more by the day just from all the negative.
People are ruthless, man. They
are.
When they have a keyboard, they're not face to face with you. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a guy listen to a podcast the other day because they were talking about dealing with some of the negative feedback, and he was just like, man, at least they thought of you enough to get on there and type something up. If they really didn't think that much of you, even, it's like if they just kept on scrolling, that's almost worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. True.
It doesn't make me feel any better, but
Isn't that what celebrities do? They screw up to get on the front page of the newspaper because it keeps them fresh in people's minds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for us, Corey.
All right.
Perfect. Perfect. You guys will be the customer relation department.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us badges.
I'll be wheeling and dealing.
That'll be great. I'll be like, complaint department. Those two guys over there.
Yeah.
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 They'll talk to us for 2 minutes, and it's like, it's not worth it. We got to get that complaint is not worth it at all.
Don't worry about complaining. These two are going to cremate you for complaining. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to get started.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple more weeks.
Take your time.
Oh, yeah.
I just started a job at the mall, actually. I'm in charge of I'm the specialty leasing manager, and I'll be working on events there. So,
oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
yeah. So give me a couple of weeks to get comfortable in my job, and then because I want to have a Krampus, a Christmas, like a cryptid Christmas.
Yes.
He's our champ.
Yeah.
He is our champ right now for our.
Yeah, we have our folklore scoreboard. He is number one.
Yeah.
Well, one of the Cryptid collective members has a Krampus costume, and he said he would wear it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And be at the Christmas, the Cryptid Christmas. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we would be in for something like
it's
that.
It's going to be fun. I want to make that like small, like maybe 50 vendors.
That's sweet.
Yeah, something small. Have Krampus there, maybe Santa Claus. Maybe we can put a wrestling ring out and do Krampus versus Santa Claus.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
And it would be great. Something like that would be great for the mall.
Yeah, it would be.
That time of year.
Yep.
Right around the Christmas time.
Absolutely.
Bringing foot traffic. Yeah.
Yep. We got to bring all the weirdos out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdos are the ones that spend money.
That's right. Yeah, so that's coming.
It's awesome.
Yep.
And Corey, you got anything else?
No, I don't got anything. We appreciate you coming on. just talking
Oh,
about
thanks.
your role in the festival and just everything else you're doing in the this area. And I learned some things too, with the Bigfoot in Pennsylvania, because before that, unless I actually looked into it, researched it, I wouldn't have thought that. So I'm glad you brought that
Me
up.
neither. I say it's
Yeah.
the 30 seconds that have changed my life forever. That 30-second time slot just totally rearranged my whole life. It hasn't been the same since, and it certainly hasn't been boring, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you think, if it wasn't for that 30 seconds, would there be a Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival?
There would not, nor would
That's
there
all.
be, nor
30
would there be a
seconds.
magazine or a Got Knockers or anything. There would be nothing.
Anything.
Yeah. None of
So
that.
just 30 seconds, and that's everything that came from that moment.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
It is very
That's
cool. What do
sweet.
you think about it? Yeah. I've met some of the best people in the world in this community. Man,
Yeah.
a whole band of brothers and sisters I never knew I needed.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, Gwen. We
Thank
appreciate you
you.
coming on here, talking everything. This was
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Plus all your hard work at the festival.
I appreciate
We
it.
really appreciate all that. We had an absolute blast there this year. So
Thank you.
we're
Thank
excited
you.
for next year. All right, so we're back. We just had the interview with Gwen. Kind of got to learn about some of the inner workings and stuff of the Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival. That was fun. That was super informative. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot about the lady behind the event and all of her other things that she's doing in the area, with her store, magazine, podcast, the Got Knockers, everything. She's got a lot going on and a lot of good stuff, a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, she does. And she's doing a lot of cool stuff for our community, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Especially just with the Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival, just how much it's grown in the 3 years that the event has occurred. And it's just, hopefully it just continues to grow and just, help out. If it's at the mall again next year, it helps out the malls that are dying, because, we're all about freaking supporting our malls, baby. Bringing the malls
All
back
about that life.
to the glory days.
freaking
Polishing a turd, baby. Polishing turds.
Malls ain't no turds, buddy. That's polishing
no.
a gold bar.
Yeah. I'm saying though,
Yeah.
some people shit on malls nowadays. You got your Amazon and shit just getting delivered to your door. But we know there's no better feeling than going to your local mall and just walking around and just buying stupid shit.
Yeah, you gotta get out there. Gotta get out there.
So again, baby, support your malls.
So here we are, the Kraken Cans crew, drinking water and sodas. No beers cracked tonight. This is rare. This is a
Well,
first.
I'm drinking a birch beer, so I think that counts.
Yeah, so I mean, you're kind of covered. I'm drinking water
Yeah.
because my sinuses feel like they're gonna blow out the top of my nose.
My liver's still recovering from last night, so I'm taking a break tonight.
Yeah, fantasy football draft. It was fun. Good time.
Yeah, I mean, when Kendra hears this, I only had 3 beers. So, but
3 beers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Yikes. Anyways. So we kind of got a little bit of outline of our experience from the Bigfoot Festival. So Corey, let's dive into a little bit about when we signed up for the event and kind of what we were expected, what we were looking forward to.
Yeah. Do you remember when it was that you signed up for the event? I forget. It was quite a few, several months, right?
Had to be back in April.
Okay.
It might have even been before that.
Yeah,
March, April, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I couldn't remember when it was. I mean, I know we were signed up for a while, and we were talking about it the whole time, about doing it.
Yeah.
It just, but I think, that was our first event going to as a vendor, having a table. And I know it was something that we really were looking forward to, but also had no idea what to really expect.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to have expectations when you go into like, obviously we had expectations. Maybe for certain things we set our expectations way too high. Other things, I don't know. I think we got to talk to a lot of people when we were there. Got to hand out like a lot of like cards and stuff. It's a hard thing because I don't.
Go ahead.
It's like a hard thing, so I don't really know like how much it helped us as far as listens and stuff like that. Seemed like our listener numbers were up a little bit the past week or so compared to what they were. But could have been a coincidence. I don't know. Either way, we definitely were able, not just for the people there to be able to make connections, like the people walking around, but also other vendors and stuff. I felt like we were able to just talk to a lot of people.
And I think, too, that's like one of the biggest things that we got out of the event was networking with just a lot of other vendors who have been doing it for, a long time, going to these different events, and just how, they could help us or how we can help them, whatever it may be in the future. But we have a lot of connections now that we can use for different things.
A lot of you guys know that we've been talking about the shirts and stuff like that we have for sale. Shirts, hats, koozies, stickers. These are all things that we kind of got in advance, put on our table. We're able to sell some there. Not a ton or anything, but we were able to sell some, reach some people.
Yeah, I think one of the best things we got too, which I know you were against, was the business cards.
Like, I think against the business cards. Wasn't
okay,
against the business cards.
Yeah.
I just wasn't quite. True. I didn't totally see them in the moment how they were going to work.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't really explain it either because the way I looked at it was because with my work I go to a lot of like career fairs and stuff and have like a table and stuff set up, and like one of the things that you have is like business cards to like give to a lot of the people that are walking by. So like that was my thoughts. Is it's like a similar event just for different type of people.
We definitely gave a lot out.
Oh, yeah.
It's just weird because it's like you never know how the numbers are actually going to like do. You know what I mean? How many people, we don't know how many people scanned it, went to listen. I don't know. It seemed like it went well. A lot of people took them. That's all we can really gauge from with our stance, I would say.
I can say I did see one guy walking away scanning it on his phone. So.
Oh, there you go.
There's at least one.
I also saw one guy walk away and throw it in the trash can.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. I just know there was that one little kid that was collecting them. He had like 750 of them, and he dropped all of them right before he got to our table.
Kept dropping them.
And then he was fully prepared to drop every single one when Corey gave him a sticker.
Yep.
So that was cool.
The favorite? Okay,
yeah, we had a little. Go ahead.
My favorite thing with the business card was the one that I put in the bathroom. And, there was on the urinal, I propped it up on the urinal. There was another card there
the one working urinal at that time.
Yeah, the one that's higher than the sinks. But,
Dude, it's high.
But I may have accidentally knocked somebody else's business card on the ground that was sitting on the urinal, and I put ours in their place.
Hey, we got to do what we got to do out here. Folks,
I wasn't going to pick it up, dude. There was piss on the ground. Like, I ain't picking that up, so it had to be on the ground then.
Yeah, and our card had to go in its place. We don't want to just leave that spot empty. I felt like that would have been rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had the raffle card. We had the raffle on the table. That seemed like that was going to do really well because we had I felt like everybody signed up for it within the first hour we were there. And then nobody else signed up for the raffle.
Yeah, and then that was it.
It was just weird.
I know. I thought it was going to be a huge hit, and then it just died off. But
yeah,
what are you going to do?
I don't know. I felt it was like $1. I just thought for $1 people would just be like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, because I know looking at looking at me, like, if I see a raffle, like, I don't care what it's for. Like, yeah, here, take my $1. I'm gonna throw a ticket in there. But that's just me.
Yeah. So we had our little makeshift crew that we took there. Me, you, your brother-in-law Aaron, who did the Snallygaster episode, my cousin Cora, and my best friend Justin. They were all there to help us, which that was cool. That was kind of fun because it was just like a day where we all just kind of hung out.
Yeah. And it was nice, too, because then we could take shifts, like going to get food and stuff like that while still people were at the table. And it made it nice, because then we were able to walk around and look at the other stands and network with people. And speaking of that, like the first time I left our table to go venture out in this festival, I thought I was going to drop, like, all my money, like, instantly because I was just seeing all this cool shit, and my eyes were, like, freaking huge. Huge eyes. I was like, Aaron, I got to go back to the table. Yeah. I was like, Aaron, I can't be out here. I got to go back because this is going to be bad.
Yeah. I mean, I even bought a shirt, and I'm, like, a cheapskate,
But it was a twofer.
So
it was a twofer deal.
It was a twofer.
Makes it seem nicer.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it could have been one shirt for $20 and two shirts for $40, and it still feels like you're getting a deal if you're getting a twofer.
Oh yeah, twofer.
Yeah,
twofer. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess let's get into like the day of the event a little bit here.
Oh yeah.
So originally our plan was we could go over there on Friday night and set everything up because they're going to have security there in the mall. The mall will be locked up. We couldn't do that. We had some stuff come up that we just forgot about, whatever. I hardly slept Friday into Saturday because I was starting to get like nervous as shit, because I don't know what, like, I don't want to be like the vendor that got there with 350 other vendors got there, and now we're all trying to walk in the door and find our spot at the same time. I don't know how easy it was going to be to find our spot. So I ended up going over. So the event started at 9:00?
Yep.
So I got there at like 7:30ish. So really not like super early or anything. And everything went pretty well. I was able to get the tables out, tablecloths, some of the merch out on the table. Worked out good. She weren't going to be able to be there till a little after 8.
Yeah.
And I felt like there wasn't that much prep when you got there. It was kind of cool. You just kind of like set stuff and go.
Yeah. I think it was nice too that you could get there early just to start, like, at least you had our place where we were at and stuff, and then I was able to bring like the rest of our shit in and help getting stuff set up. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. And then we'll kind of get into a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the one guy that we have a partnership with, the Rustic Supply Company, I think it was awesome that we had his stuff on our table because there were quite a few people that looked at his little display we had and asked about his stuff that we were able to give him his information and things like that. And looking at the event, there was really nothing there like the stuff that he was doing. So I know for us, one of our plans for next year is going to try to see if he either wants to come down and join us, or if he wants to send more of his stuff that we could either sell there for him or whatever, just to help him grow his company too, because his shit's awesome.
Yeah, I think his stuff would do really, really well there. I think there was nobody else with anything like the stuff that he had, like the hooks, the lamps, the stuff like that. There's nobody that had stuff like his. So I would think it would do really well there.
Yeah, I know for sure.
So let's just get into some of the highlights of the day, Corey. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's start with you, because I think one of the first ones was probably you with the business cards with that one chick.
Yeah, I did do that. So we're out there. I was wheeling and dealing all day with people. I was trying to get merch sold.
I was fucking scared, to be honest with you. Like, I was like, "What is this madman?"
With me wheeling and dealing?
Yeah, I was like, I could just see, dude, your eyes were huge, and I'm like, holy shit! It's like this guy's like coked up on fucking cocaine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's ready
Yeah.
to go.
I'm looking to sling some shirts and hats, and I don't care what you want to give me. I would have gave people money to take stuff. They just didn't know that at the time. So I'm making like bundled deals for everything. Like I made the bundle deal, which was it was a good deal, a hat and a shirt for $30. I thought that was a good deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the girl, I'm handing out business cards, and I try and bring it up to people. You listen to podcasts, yada yada, and because you assume everybody likes cryptids and stuff like the stuff we talk about. If they're at this festival, more than likely they like that kind of stuff. So I'm just handing out the business card, and I see she was like a younger girl coming past. She's like, "Hey, do you like podcasts?" And she goes, "I actually only listen to one." So, and it's like, yeah, not now. Now you listen to two. Take that card, take her home, give her a listen. Now we're your second favorite podcast every week. So
Yeah,
she
awesome.
threw that right in the trash. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
It's like I'm not listening to this weirdo.
Yeah. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned, because I just thought about this. You mentioned that like everybody at this event is into the cryptids, urban legends, spooky stuff, all that, right? It's hilarious because I was talking to this one person at work the other day, and she actually said that she was at the mall that day, and she was there to go shopping for like her kid for like back to school stuff, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here? Like, there's just people in costumes and like all the vendors, and like she was like had like blown out of her mind. So I wonder how many other people kind of ran into that type of situation.
You could see those people when they're coming though, because they stay like. So we were all set up in the middle aisle. We talked about that a little bit with our interview and stuff. So we're set up more in the middle. The people that did not want to talk to anybody were like all the way out to the outside wall by the store, so they didn't have to talk to anybody. Like it was super odd. When somebody was coming past and they were not into this thing, it was very obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like hugging the wall, just like scraping by.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
oh,
they're
please,
like,
please don't talk to me. Please, no, don't talk.
Yeah,
to
they were
me.
afraid they don't want to catch the Bigfoot.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I don't want to catch the Bigfoot. That kind of sounds dirty.
No, I kind of do.
Yeah, I mean, if
So
you catch it, I'll catch it.
Yeah. So I think we got to talk about your coworker Brian, who ended up being like a regular at our stand, and he ended up winning the raffle when it was all said and done.
Yeah. So yeah,
which
Brian,
is great.
Like we work at the same place, but different companies, I guess, because the place I work, everybody kind of comes together from different services. But yeah, I haven't known him for too long, but he's a naturally funny dude, and he's very approachable, and like he could talk with anybody about anything, and it was crazy because like I didn't even know like he was into this stuff, but like yeah, he's walking over and I like wave him over like, hey Brian, what's up? Like he's like, oh yeah, what are you doing here? And then like he was talking about how he's such a Bigfoot like fanatic, and he buys all kinds of Bigfoot shit, has like a huge Bigfoot collection, and he walked past our stand, then went down a couple stands after us and bought this big handmade, like awesome handmade Bigfoot stuffed animal. And we saw him then like throughout the day just carrying his son of a bitch around, like passing our stand and stuff. And then we're like, do you want to keep it here? Like keep it at our table so you can walk around and stuff? And he's like, yeah, like if you don't mind. So we sat that Bigfoot in one of our chairs and just, had him chilling there throughout the festival. And then I think later he came back with another, I don't know if it was some type of head. It was like a big stuffed head of something that he had in a bag that he sat there. So he was pretty much just set his stuff there throughout the entire thing, which was fine. But yeah, then he ended up winning the raffle, and I mean he was jacked up. Like I brought the basket in and gave it to him at work then, and like he was happy as hell, and he made a post about it showing off all the stuff. And I think the funniest thing, Mike, that we saw with him was outside, if you want to mention that.
He's flipping out about French fries. Yeah, we're going to walk in, because all the food trucks are parked outside, obviously. Some people, we talked in our interview with Gwen, didn't understand why the food trucks would be outside. The food trucks are outside for obvious reasons. And when we're walking inside, and there's a food truck that's kind of right by the door, and it was like a French fry and cheesesteak or something along those lines. And all you hear is, "You're out of French fries! No!" Like, just losing it. And then he's just like, "Oh, that's all right." And he turns around, and we're just like, "We thought you left." Because this was at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. We've been there since 9 a.m. We saw him at out 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like, he was there first thing in the morning. That dude, he spent the day there. Yeah, it just cracked us up. It's just like, man, some dude's losing it over French fries, and it was
freaking him. Yeah, yeah. And he did tell us too a pretty cool story about the house that's next to him that's haunted. And I think it was
his whole block, really.
Yeah, his whole block. So I think it would be cool to have him on sometime, just talk about his story.
Oh yeah, he'd be a good guest. He'd keep us on our toes, I think.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And then we got a comment on just Justin. So we're all like sitting there, you know. I think my cousin Cora, she was taking a break. She was going to grab something to eat. I think Aaron was in the bathroom. So it was just like me, you, and Justin there at the time.
Yeah.
And Justin just looks at us. He goes, "All right, we'll see how long it is to go get a haircut." And he just pieces out for, I don't know, like a solid 40. Dude, it was just hilarious. Like, because Corey's just like, ah, ha, ha. It's like, no, dude, he's serious. He's going to get a haircut right now.
Yeah, I think I looked at you.
He's got to look fresh.
I'm like, is he serious? And you're like, oh yeah, he's serious.
Oh yeah, this dude likes his haircuts. He's getting one.
Yeah, and it was just funny too.
He inspired you.
Oh yeah, he did. He inspired me and my boys to go get one there like less than a week later. So
yeah.
Which speaking of that, I thought I was gonna bleed to death on that chair because the guy accidentally cut my neck.
Dude, that's quite the gash in your neck.
Dude, it was a gash the size, like the length of the clippers, like the whole clipper just pierced my neck. And right when it happened, like I felt it. I was like, oh. And he's like, "Oh, did I nick ya?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, that's
no way. There's no way he didn't know.
Yeah,
there's no way.
I was like, that spot's sensitive because like I even like nicked that spot before when I'm like trimming up my face and stuff. But yeah, it was more than a nick. Let me just put it that way. He couldn't get it to stop bleeding. He like switching like paper towels and shit, trying to get it to stop. And then he got some magic powder that he flopped on there, and it stopped instantly. But yeah, I thought I was gonna bleed out on the chair.
Yeah, it was crazy when you showed me that like cut. I think when we were recording last week, it just I think was large.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was very large.
So you want to tell the story about when you gave the business cards to the lady that wanted to sell you a roof?
Oh yeah, Mike and I were venturing out just to look at some stands and stuff, and we got pulled to the side by one of the, I don't know if it was a store at the mall or just a temporary store or like what the hell it was, but there was some lady there for a certain company selling roofs, upgrading your roofs, windows, things like that. And I mean, that's something that my wife and I are actually talking about, is getting new windows. So I was like, yeah, yeah, okay. Like, so she was like she handed me one of the papers, and then I handed her back one of our cards and said like, yeah, I'll take your brochure, but you're taking one of our business cards. And then I think she was talking for a while, and I think I handed her another one and said, and give one to your friend too. And
she was going on this, and it's like, whoa, wait, I was taking this thing to be nice. I really didn't expect you to like still be talking to me about a roof on my house right now.
Yeah,
like,
so
we got stuff to go check out.
Yeah, you're wasting our time. So, but yeah. I know that was probably one of my favorite too moments as far as our business cards. You know, your situation and mine, they were definitely my favorite.
Yeah, and then we have to talk about like when we went live a little bit on Facebook. After we left, and we'll talk about like Jeff's traveling boards and stuff. But so we left like Jeff's traveling boards, and I thought there's a guy yelling, right? And I kept thinking he was yelling, "Mom, Mom!" It turns out he was yelling "Mop," and the reason he was yelling "Mop" is because you look there and it's like, man, what is that guy yelling about? And we just look and his kid just like projectile vomits. Like, dude, it went out like 4 foot. Like just bah! It's like what? And we just dude, we just missed catching that on the live. When you turned like right as he projectiled.
Right. Because like it was like you saw it coming out and you tapped my shoulder and it was like right then we just we went to the right to like get away from it.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of like really fun stuff happened when we were there.
Yeah. Did you want to dig into like the Jeff's traveling board?
We got to talk about Jeff's traveling board. So we went down there and we were just checking out his boards. So he's got a Facebook page and stuff like that. I think he's actually down in Gettysburg right now. But he has a Ouija board collection, museum, whatever you want to call it, from these Ouija boards from all over the world. So we're checking them out. And then he's got ones for sale and stuff that him and his brother make. And really, really nice stuff. But it was really cool. We went, like, Corey went live, and we were just going to kind of do a live going down to the Ouija boards. And, like, right as we started it, Jeff came over and was like, hey, you guys want to see the cool board? It's like, well, hell yeah, we want to see a cool board. So he showed us this board that it's just, like, it's white, and it's kind of got, like, red writing on it. It's got, like, a picture of a guy, a Ouija board, and really nice-looking board. He goes, yeah, that's all made in human blood. It's like, what? He goes, yeah, that's human blood. The guy that made it actually had them draw his blood out, and he wrote it. It's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Cool, but also insane. And he showed us, like, he had the oldest Ouija board there, and then he showed us the one. I can't remember what he called the one, but he had one there that actually had somebody that died there.
He called it Kevin. He's like, oh, and over here we got Kevin.
Yeah.
And we're like,
so the reason he calls it Kevin, there's a little bump in the board. That's where Kevin's ashes are in these boards. You can buy them. He's actually selling them there, those ones. They were like $150 a piece for a Kevin board, which is crazy. He said he sold one that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. But, I mean, some of those boards were, like, beautiful, though. Like, you can tell they were all, like, hand done and stuff. I mean, he had a lot of really, really cool stuff.
And you missed too the one planchette that was made out of like the bone. It was like
that one with the human blood board. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was pretty wild too.
That was insane.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys should definitely check out Jeff's Traveling Boards of Wonders because that dude is a cool dude.
Like I said, I think he's down in Gettysburg right now. Ooh, almost dropped my cup. I think he's down in Gettysburg now with the Annabelle doll. He's got to be close to that. So,
I don't know if she's still down there, unless she's like getting questioned by the police. I don't know.
I don't know, because she was spending a long time everywhere she was going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it seemed like everywhere she was going, she was there for weeks.
Yeah, but she did get sold recently,
crazy.
So maybe she's back in the museum.
She did.
I don't know.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Crazy son of a bitch. Yeah, so, and you want to talk about there's some really cool, like, T-shirt companies and stuff there.
Yeah, the cryptoteology. This guy, he has T-shirts. He has pictures that he draws, which I actually bought the one of Mothman Randy Savage, which he had a couple.
Yeah.
He had a couple that I really liked. But I bought that one, got a frame for it and stuff, and he had some other really, really cool stuff. And then right next to him was David J. Hardy from Cryptid Empire, and that's where Mike and I actually bought Flatwoods Monster. I bought, and he got the Mothman T-shirts that are freaking awesome. So
yeah, they're super
definitely
cool.
Check out those two people. I know we added both of them on Facebook, and I mean, even in the future, I mean, maybe we could I know they said they would like get on the cast and stuff like that. Same with Jeff's Traveling Boards. He said he'd be willing to come on the cast too. So there are definitely some connections that we were pretty happy to get while we were there.
Yeah, and I think the cryptoteology, I think he created the shirt for Squonkapalooza this year, which was like the Squonk Festival in PA. That's pretty big. So he designed the shirt for that, and they were sick looking. They were awesome shirts.
Yeah, they were. They were great. So check him out. And then
So we had some beer.
food-wise,
We had some beer.
yeah, beer.
So yeah, we had beer from Eclipse Brewing and Sunbury, which it was awesome because like they were great guys to talk to every time you go out. So we're hoping maybe in the future we can figure out something to do with them because I mean they were, like I said, you can always tell when you're talking to people and they're like just genuinely like nice. And when you talk to people and, you know, some people it's pour you a beer. It's like, hey, here's your beer. That's cool. Yeah. This guy, like every time he came there, it's like, hey, we're back again. What's up, guys? You know?
Yeah, we were definitely regulars at the stand.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But then they had
I didn't have anything from the hot sauce stand.
Yeah, I forget the name. Somewhere I have a card of them, but yeah, they were sampling. You could sample hot sauces, and I sampled a little spoonful from the one that was really good, but it was also hot. So I was worried how it was going to feel later in the night or the next day. But just so everyone knows, we were good.
We were good. Corey's good. He didn't poop his pants.
Yeah. Then food-wise, they had a beer belly barbecue there, and I got brisket mac and cheese, which was freaking delicious. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, I got a smash burger so Rusty Rail was there, but Rusty Rail didn't have beer, they just had food. But I got a smash burger from them, and it was excellent.
Nice.
Really, really good.
I was really hoping that, because when I saw that Rusty Rail was going to be there, I was really hoping that they would have beer there, because, I mean, their beer, we've had it many times on the cast.
Man, it'd be perfect for there.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they just don't do events like that. They don't have a truck that can do that or what, but definitely they need to upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that kind of summed up most of our day. I mean, I think we could talk for a long time about it, but I think it's something if you just got to come check it out. You got to come next year. You got to check it out because it's awesome.
There's one more thing I thought of. I did at the festival. So the Corey without the E, he was there, so I got to meet him. But then
they squared up.
Yeah. But then also I met another Corey with an E, and I mean we were both jacked up as hell that both of our names had an E. So that was a pretty cool moment.
Dude, that dude hates non-E Corys more than you. That dude freaking hates them.
He definitely has like a hit list.
Like I handed him a card. Dude, I handed him a card, and he's like, I'm glad he spells it right. So I was like, hey, Corey, it's another Corey with an E.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, what do you think about those guys? It's like, screw them guys. Like, he was dead to, like, freaking straight-faced. Like, that dude, if there's ever a war on Corys, he is leading the front line of Corey with an E. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we will be there next year. And we touched base a little bit on our interview with Gwen that we are going to be on the committee for this festival moving forward. Corey really, you just threw my name right in the mix there.
I did. I threw you right in there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, you sure did. You sure did. I saw the email. It's like, yeah, you can add Corey and Mike. It's like, no, you can't, but I guess that's too late. I'm already at it. I'm on a committee now.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You're on a committee.
Son of a. Yeah, so we're going to be on the Central PA Bigfoot Cryptid Festival committee, which that'll be fun. I think it'll just be really cool getting into the planning and stuff of it. See what that kind of entails.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's our I as far as like, you think we have any specific plan for next year at this festival? I know we talked about a couple ideas going into it.
Yeah, a couple ideas. I mean, obviously the Rustic Supply, it'd be nice to include some of his stuff more. Hopefully some other like t-shirt designs, other things like that we have, and just maybe, I don't know. We're trying to think of some other things that we could, I guess, sell.
So we want to do like a TV next year too.
Yeah, that's right.
have that on the table and kind of do like a loop of some of our like shorts or just an episode or something like that on loop going on that. So
Yeah, and I know you mentioned too about having some merch that doesn't necessarily like pertain like to our podcast. That way, if somebody wants to buy something that's cool but doesn't necessarily have like our name on it, like we could have some of those options as well.
Yeah, and we could even have stuff that like our name isn't the focal point. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like these shirts right on the front is our stuff. We could even have like a cool design and just under it like Kraken Cans Cast in smaller letters or something, just so it's still there. But
yeah, so we got some ideas of things we are thinking about. But
yeah,
I mean, we're also looking at some other events to go to, either as a vendor or just going to as just a buyer, I guess, going to the event, going to see what they got, because we can even connect with people that way as well. We bring our business cards, walk around, talk to people, things like that, because we're looking at a Krampus one that I forget exactly. I've shared stuff from them on Facebook and stuff. I can't remember where exactly it's located. It's somewhere in Pennsylvania, but I can't remember the town. But I know like we're really excited about that one.
And then now we found out they might be doing one at the Susquehanna Valley Mall, so I feel like that kind of changes things too. We could just go right there,
Yeah, so that's
that's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we have some cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the event?
I don't think so. I just want to say for the people that this episode was different for us because, it wasn't something that was necessarily, we didn't have it written out, typed out. It was just kind of on the cuff. But it also gives people a little more into just the event that we attended and a little more into kind of us. So I think it was kind of cool on that level for the Crack House.
Yeah, and it's an event that's like local to us. So it's something we really want to be able to support and promote. And I don't know, just travel. People can travel. She kind of talked about how, like, really in Pennsylvania, there's not a ton of this stuff going on. So if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, come check it out. It's awesome.
Yep. I agree. That's all I got.
You good? That's all I got. So with that, I give it a folklore score of 42.
42. Ooh. I was
42.
giving it 50. 50.
50. All right. Folklore score champ, Central PA Bigfoot Cryptid Festival. I'm Crack Daddy Mike. I am out of here.
I'm the BK Corey. That's Corey with an E. Mike's dumb.
And Corey's stupid. Stupid.